the hell I am. I've appeared on basic cable, people, come on. I should warn you that I am less a comedian and more a philosopher. I believe certain things about life. I'm going to share them with you. I believe if you find something in life that you love to do, you should do it all the time. I love to stereotype people. That's right. And when stereotypes are broken, I take it as a warning, a sign from above. That's why when I see that the #1 rapper in the world is a white man, and the most famous golfer is black, these are in fact 2 of the 4 horsemen. I am here to let you know if I see a Jewish power forward and a Korean NASCAR driver, I'm gonna get right with God. Take advantage of the fact that you live in Los Angeles. I love it. This is new for me. I'm originally from Ohio. I came out here, I went over a friend's house. They're Latin. The folks are old school Latin Catholic. It was his family home. And it's the first time I'd ever been over a home where the people are old school Latin Catholic. If you've never been, I'm gonna prepare you. You're gonna see some pictures of Jesus. And I'm not talking about just your standard hands folded pictures of Jesus. You're gonna see Jesus from every possible angle. There were profiles, headshots. I had no idea Jesus had a graduation photo. There were so many pictures of Jesus, actually some of Jesus going, please, no more pictures. And we're trying to have dinner here, what's going on? Don't let them make the world more ridiculous than it is. People are in an uproar over the silliest things. I can't believe people are upset because gay people want to get married. You know, if gay people want to be miserable, let them be miserable. You know? I mean, you defeated the whole purpose of being gay as far as I'm concerned, you know. You know? See, I'm married, I know. I mean, I thought about being gay. I'm like, well, at least I wouldn't have to put up with her. I have a friend, honestly, I have a friend, she's lesbian and she's getting married. She's very militantly gay too. She's very upset, you know. She says things, you know, on the political scale, she gets very carried away. She's like, don't you know that being gay now is like being black in the 60s? I'm like, no, it isn't. Let me tell you something, there is nothing harder than being gay. Let me put it out there. All right. You might have thought I was gonna say black, but let me say something. I've been called names, I've been discriminated against. What I don't remember is that conversation where I sat down and broke the news to my parents. Mom, Dad, I don't know how to tell you this. Son, are you gay? No, I'm a Negro. Dorothy, this is all your fault. I told you to stop frying the chicken. Don't fry the chicken anymore, Dorothy. Son, are you sure it's not a phase? Have you even tried being Caucasian? I thought about it. I could be wrong. Maybe being gay and black is exactly the same because I would be the last person to know. You know? Maybe I'm at a party with all my friends. I leave. They take that opportunity to start talking behind my back. Saleem's cool, isn't he? Yeah, he's cool, but he's kind of urban. I mean, what are you saying? I think Saleem might be black. I know it's not unusual for black comedians to talk about their skin color. I try to talk about things that are real and have actually happened to me. And I will tell you the truth. I remember when I first learned my skin color made a difference. This is a true story. When I was 9 years old, my family relocated to an all-white neighborhood. One time, all the kids on the block were playing hide and seek, and they wouldn't let me play. They said I was so dark it would be cheating. What can you do? I was hurt. I was 9. I remember running home, tears streaming down my face. I was so upset. I ran up the stairs to our apartment. The only person on the stairwell that day was our neighbor, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens was a senior citizen. He was blind from birth. He lived in the apartment next door to us. He heard me crying and asked what was wrong. I told him I hate being different. I wish I was like everybody else. And I remember to this day what he said to me. Son, there's nothing wrong with being different. I'm different. And it doesn't matter if you're short or tall, fat or skinny, as long as you're not black. You can do anything. Mr. Stevens, man. Yeah. And I didn't have the heart to tell Mr. Stevens that he was black. Besides, being black is passé. You remember when being black was in style? You know, 87, 88, that black was happening. Now, being black, oh my God. You know, Harry, this guy is still black. I swear to God, he's still doing it. Being black, you know, come on, man. I still go to places though sometimes. You know, I like to give it up for the fact that we've come a long way. Sometimes we don't say that, you know, but we've come a long way as a country. Every now and then I'll run into something and something will happen and it'll freak me out a little. Like I did this show in a little town in southern Georgia. It's 50 miles southwest of Atlanta, and everything was fine about the show. The only problem I had was with the accommodations. They put me up at this an old historic mansion in the South that's been totally refurbished, and the name of the place is the Plantation House. Here's where it gets good. I got there and the main house was overbooked. I was forced to stay out back in what is now called the cottage, converted slave quarters. And if you get a chance to visit, please do. It's a very beautiful place. It's very lovely, very authentic. They wouldn't let me check out. I actually had to run away. It was that good. I took some towels. There was an incident. I took some towels. I had to. They were cotton. I mentioned I was married earlier, man, you know, and women get upset at me specifically because I am married, but I don't wear the ring. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't wear the ring. And I want you to understand that, first of all, I don't need a ring to tell me that I'm married. This scar on my soul tells me that I'm married. I have a hole in me that drugs can't fill. I know that I'm married. And I don't know why we give such weight to being married in America anymore, because we don't really believe in it. And the worst thing is we put all this pressure on us to get married at a certain age. If you're not married by a certain age, people look at you different. And then people believe that if you get married, it's going to change you as a person. You know, did you hear about Jimmy? He got married. Yeah, he must be growing up. No. Jimmy's an ass. Now he's just got a sidekick. You know, it's Jackass and Robin. Here they come. And why? Because we get so wrapped up on the wedding day that we actually believe that that's the marriage. And people don't understand that marriage is hard work, man. It is work, you know? And you say those vows, you're just happy and smiling and in love. And you don't realize what you're saying. You don't realize the level of commitment it takes. When you look across that aisle and say till death do us part, you have to be willing to kill him. Before I get out of here, because I've mentioned her in the show, I want you to know that my wife is white. I tell you this not because I care what you think. I don't give a damn what you think. I tell you this simply because I will talk about my wife on stage or in a social setting, then I'll meet people later with her, and they're like, well, it's cool, but you should have told us. Nobody talks about it. You know, you don't sit around and go, you know what my white wife said the other day? Oh, my white wife has one of those, too. Hey, let's take my cracker wife's car because she's not... Are there people in this day and age who are offended by it? Absolutely. Are there people who are upset that a black man and a white woman are married? Of course. I call these people her parents. People, when they get the audacity, they screw up the courage, they ask me, is it different? Is the sex, is it different? Come on, grow up. You know, you can't base your relationship on some sort of silly sexual fetish. You know, you can throw it in every now and then. I mean, you know. Oh, Miss Missy, we's in trouble, but never, oh, Lordy Lord. No, but it's not a long-term thing. No, seriously, this is the truth. The one thing that is different, the one thing I had no life experience in, the one thing I never thought that I would have a shopping list that included tanning products. And my favorite part of this is the look on the cashier's face when I put tanning accelerator on the belt. And she's like, Sir, don't you think you've had enough? Good night, improv.